The November Soap Challenge Club design is the Splash Swirl, which I keep wanting to call Feather Swirl because that's what it reminds me of, but it's a Splash Swirl. And it's a pretty simple technique. So at its simplest, you're going to use a mold with two colors, a base color and a color you will drop swirl or drop pour in. And then you'll need some type of hanger swirl. That's kind of the basic concept. You can obviously make this more complicated by using multiple colors and such. For the advanced category, we have to use a tall and skinny mold. So I'm using my tall and skinny mold. I'm going to pour my base white, and then I'm attempting to do an ombre between a blue to black. And then I have these little snowflakes that I want to embed in the very top, which will be that black blue color. And then I'm going to put our glitter on top. So in theory, what I want to do is pour 3/4 white and then ombre like the blue to black. Now that doesn't give me a drop swirl if I'm tilting it and pouring it in. And part of the drop swirl is so it gets the color down into the base color so that when you feather swirl it with your hanger, you get that definition. So I'm gonna kind of play with this, and I might just drop swirl a little bit of blue into it and then tilt it and then do my ombre. I just got it in my head I wanted to do the top layer as an ombre and then have these white snowflakes stand out. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna go prep my colors and my soap and my colors, and then I will come back and we will pour. Okay, so here's my white base. I scented it with Peach Jubilee from Wholesale Supplies Plus, which is a slow mover and does not discolor. So it fit my two requirements. I'm just going to go ahead and pour all of that in. So this makes up about 60% of my color, maybe 65%. So hopefully, so one of the requirements of this is that the swirl has to go through 50% of your soap. Which is why the first batch, yeah, this is the second batch. The first batch I did not do quite that, let's just say I screwed up the ratios. So this one is, I said about 60% white, and then the other 40% is going to be the color. Now, because I'm going to tilt this and do an ombre, it's going to shift this anyways, it's not going to be flat, but I am going to pour just a little bit this way so that it does break through. And now, I'm just going to play with fate and see if I get anything that is remotely like what I'm supposed to. But I'm gonna have fun doing it this way, so I'm not gonna apologize. But yeah, now lots of pouring, lots of mix and pouring. So I'm just gonna speed this up, but I'm just going to do my basic ombre pour, which I have tutorials on this, so you can, I'll try and link it in this video, but you can also just go back and search my channel and you will find a number of videos on making ombres and a full-blown tutorial on how to make an ombre design. So enjoy as I pour this, and once I finish pouring, we'll come back and do the swirl. that's all poured. Now I'm going to take my hanger swirl and I'm literally just going to go up and down, up and down, up and down multiple times, keeping it really like tight through the whole thing, all the way down to the bottom, up, down. Just scoot it over just a little bit each time. So I want to get a whole lot of feather swirls. Now my color is kind of at an angle, so you can kind of see the white and the blue coming up on this end, but it didn't on the other end. So we'll see what kind of look it gets. But, having worked with other type hanger swirls, not specifically this one, but still using the hanger tool, more is better. Like, what I find is that you really need a number of pass-throughs, the more swirls and stuff to really get any action going on. More is not less in this case. Okay, so I'm gonna put these 2 snowflakes in here. Okay, and my little duster and glitter. Whoa! It's black, eco-friendly glitter from the Good Glitter. So here is the first batch, which this is the one that you didn't see, that I reversed my ratios of the white and the blue, and I didn't think it would give me enough swirl, 50% swirl through the batch. So I made a second batch, which is this one here, which the ends look interesting. So yeah, we're gonna cut it and see what I have. That actually isn't bad for, I'm getting mica swirl on that. Like, that's 50%. And I actually think it's kind of cool. I think I might like this one better than the other one. We'll have to see what the other one reveals, but these are pretty neat. Like, the ombre gets pulled throughout and it kind of looks more just blue and black, but I think you get subtle, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but you do get subtle hints of that moving from black to, or blue to black. I wish one snowflake was a little further down so they weren't quite so even, a little more offset, but better than I expected it to turn out. Now I'm really curious to see what the other batch is. Got some mica from the top. Definitely have some interesting drag marks. Oh wow. That one is... So I have to say this, despite this being less than half, the white being less than half, I still got a lot of swirl. And it's definitely... This was the second batch, so the end looks promising. I know that doesn't really mean anything, but that's interesting too. I don't know which I like good. I think I'll have to put them side by side and compare them, but there's more white, and you can see it's more angled from that pour. Like when I was pouring it, it was pushing up a little bit, which I knew it would do, but which I'm okay with. Like, I think, like you can see I got more ups and downs here, and I moved a little too far apart here. Not that it affects the swirl any, it's just not as much feather swirl. Like, yeah, I'm not quite sure which I like best. I kind of stumped on this one. As I said, I'll have to lay them out side by side and see what I think. I think it captures the spirit of this technique, which is all those feathery, wispy lines. I didn't quite, I think my method doesn't quite live up to the splash name of the technique, but it still gave you, I think, the same end results. And I am happy with it. So yeah, I'll take it. I think it represents the technique and what we were trying to achieve. So let me know what you think. As I said, I really like the colors. Like, I think the colors have just were the right way to go with this for me. But I'm happy. I think I got some cool bars. I'll bevel these, clean them up a little bit for the competition, and come back with pictures.